Now that you are in a deep trance, we are going to give you a trigger, or reinforce it if you already have it. The trigger phrase is "I will now become Kira." If you use this trigger phrase, or if someone that you trust says the trigger phrase "you will now become Kira," you will undergo the transformation that you are about to experience again at whatever speed you want. Additionally, you will instantly turn back into a human if you use the reset phrase "I will no longer be Kira," or if someone that you trust says the reset phrase "you will no longer be Kira." Now the transformation will begin. First, feel a tingling sensation all over your body as a medium-length coat of soft and fluffy fur starts to grow, consuming any hair that you have as it does so. Most of it is pink, but the fur on your wrists is yellow while the fur on your hands is light blue. Additionally, the fur on the inside of your ears is white while the fur on the top third of them is yellow. Now, feel a pulling sensation on your face as it stretches out to form a medium-length muzzle. As this happens, your nose disappears, the only remnants of it being your nose holes, which are located in the top right and top left corners of the front side of your muzzle. Once your muzzle finishes forming, the fur in a triangular area on the front of your muzzle falls out. Two of the points of the triangle are located on the top left and top right corners of the front of your muzzle, and the other one is located 1/3 of the way down it and horizontally centered with the front of your muzzle. Where the fur falls out, black skin that has swelled slightly is revealed. It is leathery and slightly squishy. Then, feel two round pulling sensations that are horizontally located halfway between the left side and the center of your back and halfway between the right side and the center of your back, as well as vertically located 4/5 of the way up it as light blue wings start to grow. They are 1/4 as wide as your torso is and extend straight back as far as your torso is tall. There are 3 yellow-colored extensions on each of them that are located 3/8, 5/8, and 7/8 of the way down them that are shaped like cones that point straight down. They are as wide and 1/4 as long as the rest of your wings are, and the ones closest to your torso are half as tall as your torso is, the second closest ones are as tall as your torso is, and the furthest ones are just a bit taller than the second ones are. You can rotate your wings forwards and backwards, but not up and down. Unfortunately, your wings are not strong enough to allow you to fly, or even slow your fall, and you will never attempt to use them to do so. After that, your finger and toenails become numb as they disappear, the fur-covered skin that replaces them leaving behind no trace of their existence. Then, your fingers and toes merge and change shape so that you have 4 fingers on each of your hands and 4 toes on each of your feet. Each of your fingers and toes are 1/4 as wide as the hand or foot that they are on, and your outer toes are as long as your second longest toe was, while your inner ones are as long as your longest toe was. Additionally, your outer fingers are as long as your second longest finger was, while your inner ones are as long as your longest finger was. Of course, you won't actually only have 4 fingers on each of your hands, and you will still use them like you normally would. However, you will be incapable of perceiving yourself as having anything but 4 fingers on each hand, and you will never understand any logic when it is applied in a way that directly suggests that this is not the case. Next, feel your ears moving to the top of your head as they become shaped like hollow cones that have been cut in half. While their width stays the same, they become as long as they are wide and as tall as your head is. After that, feel a pulling sensation at the base of your spine as not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 9 fur-covered tails start to grow from the same spot. They start out only being 1/5 as wide as your torso is, but quickly get wider over the first 1/5 of them until they are as wide as your torso is. From there they stay the same width until halfway down them, at which point they start to gradually get narrower until they each end in a point. The fur on your tails is twice as long, soft, and fluffy as the rest of your fur is, and the fur on the first 1/4 of them is pink. The fur on the second 1/4 of them is yellow, the fur on the third 1/4 of them is light blue, and the fur on the last 1/4 of them is white. Now, you feel one last pulling sensation on your head as the fur on the top of it turns yellow and starts to grow until it almost intrudes upon your vision. This yellow fur looks just like hair, and probably would be considered hair if it weren't for the fact that you're not a human. Then, feel a tingling sensation on your mouth and tongue as the inside of your mouth turns light blue and your tongue turns turquoise. Your teeth, however, stay white. After that, your irises turn light blue. Next, Feel as if you are turning to mush because that is exactly what is happening. You see, while your body will maintain its shape, it is turning into goo. Despite this new material, your fur is as soft and fluffy as it was before, but now it's also a bit sticky too. In fact, your entire body is slightly sticky, and whenever you stop touching something you will feel your goo peeling off of it. Also, if you press into something, you will be able to see your goo deforming around that thing slightly, but it will always go back to your proper shape when you stop pressing into things. Finally, each effect of this hypnosis file will become inactive if it is a risk to your physical body or your well-being, if it is a risk to your social or professional life, if there is an emergency that it would prevent you from dealing with to the best of your abilities, or if it is a risk to your mental health. Also, any effect of this hypnosis file that was an issue will become active again once it no longer will be one. Additionally, you will never find this hypnosis file or the effects of it to be even slightly addicting. Now you have been transformed into Kira, and what an interesting mix of creatures that is. This session is almost over, so goodbye, my colorful friend.